Hello, hello. Nice. There we go. Add in my little question. Add in my little question here. There we go. Good morning, good morning. Got my little poll going. Good morning, welcome in. What's going on? What's going on? Can you hear me good? Give me a 5 by 5. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Give me a little 5 by 5. There we go. There we go. That's probably better. What's up, guys? What is happening? Hello, hello, hello. Guys, I want to know. I just woke up. I literally decided I was going to get out of bed. I woke up a few minutes ago, let's say. But, guys, what is going on? What's going on in these streets? How's our audio? I just got my earbuds in. What's going on? I'm gonna double check myself. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm just live mobile over here. I'm gonna check my audio. Oh, make sure I got sound. I should probably turn that off real quick. Just spur of the moment decided to go live. Mom getting ready here. I hope you're having a good day. It's Friday. It's Friday. Let me see. There I am. Just make sure you can hear me. There I am. Oh, yeah. Make sure you can hear me. Like my little bubble wasn't bouncing, so I was a little concerned. Anyway, guys, what's going on? What have I been missing? You gotta catch me up. I can't do it. You gotta help me out. Catch me up on what is going on these streets. So I am gonna go live this weekend. I'll be by myself, so I will be going live on tubes this weekend. I do want to go over the stuff regarding Sebastian Rogers with the footage I've been meaning to look at. But I also was wondering, I don't know, I lost my screen here. I was wondering, let me come back. Maybe that'll help. Reconnecting. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I can't see anything on my screen, so not really sure what this is about, but anyways, I'll just talk to you guys. I do have chat on if you want to say hi. But yeah, like what am I been missing, guys? It's crazy out there. I saw Stank's Legs was live last night, and I just literally just saw that it was there. That's it. And I flipped it on randomly in a spot, and I heard good old Dylon in the background, so clearly nothing's changed. But yeah, like, if anybody wants to update me this morning, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm getting ready. I don't know. But yeah, I had a little poll up. I don't know where it went to, if it's still there. You know what should we talk about this weekend? Should we review Chroma? Should we go over a case? Should we go over a new case? I did see that there's a missing girl that people were talking about on the TikToks last night. Taking my medicine. It's time to get up. Time to get up. No fighting it. But since I got up a little early, and like while I'm getting ready, I figured I could talk to you guys. I don't have to be on camera, right? And do like the Blair Witch Project and take you around everywhere. So let me just go live on my phone. See what's happening. I miss you guys. Been absolutely inundated at work and have nothing left. Plus just, it's that time of year when you got kids, a lot going on. A lot going on at school, at home, everywhere. Everywhere. I love how my son said to me the other day, he said, yes, so I'm going to need $75 in my Cash App for the book fair. Son, I'm going to need you to be realistic. Wallets for books. There's two of you. Relax. But I just love how he said it. It was so funny. And I was like, I'm not putting it in your Scholastic wallet. And he's like, no. And I'm like, you best spend that on books. You have an issue. So there's Greg going at the water bottle. He said, oh, we're up. We're up. It's happening. I might get a treat. They had some apples last night. Oh, I'll have to upload them on here. I did 2 cute little shorts, but I did it on the TikTok so I could use the auto edit with the sound. It was pretty funny. But I'll have to put them on here. It was cute. It was cute. So now I haven't been able to go live on here, and I always make a thing about it and want to set it up and do it right. And and everything. And I like to be on camera so I can connect with you guys because it's different than with chat, because it's kind of always what we're doing. But, I think sometimes I just overthink it a little bit, make too much of a big deal about it. When it could just be easy. So, no, it is easy. But I do want to do the screencast and go over some things this weekend, review some things, and have some things to look at, That's important. I don't know if... I think something went weird with my screen, so... I hope y'all aren't chatting at me and I just can't see it. I hope that's the case. I don't know where my little option went. I don't know where my little option went for the chat. I shared this and then my screen wackadoodled. And of course, my other one isn't charged, so I can do the chat. So I'm going to do that right now. See, I told you I didn't prepare. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. There we go. Ooh, cold this morning. I don't know if it's cold where you're at, but it is cold. That's another thing. It's been cold this week and still doing my walking and everything on my stuff, but it makes the body hurt a little. It does. But I have to say, kind of like when you're just, you're crazy at work, you got like nothing left, and I don't know. Like I did a live on the TikToks and just did unboxing because like I literally wanted to see what was in my package. But also it's just kind of like therapy, you know what I mean? And it's therapy to even open this stuff. But the little cute collectibles and stuff, they're so cute. But it's like therapy, so that I could squeeze in. Talking about cases and stuff, that gets a little heavy. So that's like, you know what I mean? You got to be in the right mindset sometimes. But even with this trauma lately, you know what I mean? This trauma stuff, you got to be in the right mindset at the same time. So I'm sorry, you guys, if you're chatting and I don't see it. I'm so sorry. Even my little poll disappeared. I just shared it out. My little screen went blank. So I'm just talking to you guys. I'm just talking to you instead of ending it because that's silly. I see peoples. I see them. I see there's people here. Hello. Welcome in. SaneOutlaw. SaneOutlaw on an early morning rise. Just saying hi. What is up? What is up? It's up dark side. I saw Cletus had a little song out that popped up. I'm gonna have to watch that. What else? What else we missing? I know everybody else. I've seen Nonsense Live, Queen Live, Clue. I heard the Soup and BJ stuff. I heard all that for the most part. But after that, I haven't really, like I'd say the last few days even, I hadn't even been in Clues much just to say hi pretty much. But I was in Truth. I saw Truth was live. Has he been going off? Oh, sorry guys. Has he been like tearing up these skreets? Is he acting up? My big little brother. Is he out here being silly? What else? What else is going on? So yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, I was wondering, anybody wants to update me on Stanky Leg? I don't know, guys. It's almost seems like the same stuff over and over again. Like it's the same pattern and I absolutely 100% get why Clue and Cletus doesn't take any pressure off. And truth matter of factly, and I 100% am for that, and they'll be there, for when if anybody needs a break or whatever. But then, you know, they'll be there covering it because I definitely wouldn't take my foot off. That's for sure. That's for sure in that situation, you know what I mean? That's a little different in their situation. So, but as a viewer, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it just is like, oh, how many times can you listen to her do the same stuff over and over? Like, I don't think I would do that in real life, but as long as the comedic value's there, I'm there. You know what I mean? Because other than that, there ain't no analyzing this. There ain't no analyzing that. I've got it figured out. You know what I mean? And once you do, it almost becomes annoying, if anything, but I'm kind of, I do want to see where it goes, though. I mean, who doesn't? I really do. I wish I had time to play. It's always a little better when you have time to, like, be involved. Love a good troll, you know? But, yeah, here we are. But no, I'll be free this weekend. You know, I gotta be doing some Christmas wrapping and decorating around here. So I was thinking about going live and talking about some stuff. Going over some stuff. If y'all think that's a great idea, give me a little thumbs up. I'm sorry if you're chatting and I can't see chat. This is kind of silly. I thought at least I was like, oh, I'll just go live on my phone. I don't need anything else. And I'll just talk to you guys. And then I can't even see. Or if you want to give me a 5x5 and that rolled far. And test it out. Oh, now I don't want to stop streaming. I should go get my stand and just put my phone on there so I don't touch it. Sorry, Greg. My earbud case rolled all the way. Oh my gravy. But no, I'll have to upload those shorts with that. It's so funny with the audio. With the audio over it, it's too much. I love it. They are as cute as ever. I want to go live with like one of them, but they get so curious. You know what I mean? They get so curious and are kind of like to wander all over you, you know. Greg, oh my gosh, it went all the way under here, sir. He's like, I don't know, you just moved my cage. My son wants me to put a microphone in their cage and do ASMR. I said, I don't know if people just want to listen to that, but I guess so. I guess there is, but I showed him a short because somebody does that. They're called Konosuba that I follow, and they have guinea pig. He has guinea pigs. And hi, baby. Good morning. Trying to fix your cage you got popped right there. So he I don't know how many he has at this point, maybe like 6 or so. And he has like a playroom for them, or it's just like a carpeted room, and he's got all the different like hides set up. Really cute ones. But yeah, he has where he feeds them. And so he has a mic in the cage Or he'll like set them up and just put the mic next to them. Like he'll take them out and, feed them something and then put the mic near him. And the one was eating the mic. It was so funny. It was like, and you could hear it just like, and I was like, you don't think that's going to happen? But I think it's funny. I think it's funny because like, it's like a running joke, like, their mom, doing, because I was so like anti-social media and stuff. I didn't let them on, TikTok. Until probably recently, even like let them look at it, frankly. It was during all the twerking stage, okay? It wasn't about it. But yeah, it's funny though how they like, certain things. Like they love the unboxing stuff. So that's why I started doing that because I troll them, okay, with my social media, just so y'all know. Like not with them personally, but I will show them, or I will do certain things just to, inside embarrass them. You know what I mean? You better stop. I'm gonna do some Elvis stuff. You better knock it off. Or especially if it's TikTok stuff. If you do any singing, dancing stuff, like they're done. They're done. But I was like, hey, your mom could be out there doing that stuff. But yeah, like they don't I don't really let them look at much because a lot of, true crime and trauma stuff's involved with it. But yeah, I'll be like, look at this, and sometimes I might be showing them like the editing, or whatever. Because, my oldest son can appreciate a lot of that. He's very savvy. But he actually was against AI for the longest time. He's like, it takes jobs away and da da da. Because, like, here comes a guy who made a clip, just like the Lego movie from just stop motion photos. So he's like, at 14, tries to be old school. It's funny. But he does like the Sora. I don't know if you've ever seen those, the animal AIs. They're all over the TikToks. The Soras, they're pretty funny. But he actually is like okay with that. And he made one, apparently. It was like for some project at school or whatever. And he made himself playing basketball and cooking pancakes and saying like he cooked in basketball. It was so good, but it was scary because it's him and I know he's super tall and everything, but it's just like he looked like a man and I was like, no, none of it. It was him though. Like it wasn't like AI on him. Like it didn't make him different, it just made him play basketball and cook pancakes. But it's still, I don't know, maybe because I'm used to looking at him every day. I was like, I don't like it. No, go backwards. So here I am just sitting here yapping away. I hope, if you guys are chatting, you're at least talking to each other. I don't know why it doesn't come up. I did have a button. Close myself out. I was hoping it would kind of trigger it, but no. Ever since I shared it, like all the little features went away. Meh, is what it is. But yeah, and then I also was a little hesitant to go live, so I'll tell you guys this real quick, and then I'll probably start getting ready for work. But so I have a fan, okay, might be watching right now. So I have a little fan, and while fans don't bother me, it's not the first time, no. While fans don't bother me, hold on, I'm gonna go downstairs before I tell you guys this. Boop, 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 boop. Hold on. Shh. I can't mute this. Because I have no features on my screen. All right. So, well, nobody minds a fan, right? Sir, those emails you have sent me are unacceptable. They are unacceptable. Ugh. I don't know if he's in this community or not. He might be. He might just be random. Random passerby that became a fan. But he's not in this community. I might share him with y'all. If he is in this community. I may find out where. I may. I may just leave it alone, but I don't know. No, if he is, I don't want to necessarily out some dude who might just be trying to mac on a girl, right? I want to just out some dude and out his messages because we all are adults. You know, we all can handle things. However, guys, these emails I got. Okay, there isn't like a hi, I saw you live, or I saw your shorts or whatever, and I think you're cute, whatever it is, you know, or hey, where are you from? Or, you know, trying to get to know somebody, right? No. They weren't like, hey, not that I would necessarily, oh, well, probably 100%, unless I already knew you. But, like, how about, like, can I take you to dinner? Like, what's happened? What's happened, guys? What has happened these days? What is going on? Because these emails I got, guys. Now, this person leaves a lot of comments on all my things and started to, like, after I went live, I think on Thanksgiving, is I want to say. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I thought they were in the community because he seems to be on the up and up on some things, but then, like, he wasn't following the Sebastian Rogers case and said he's going to start following it now. So that kind of, like, was like, okay, he probably isn't. And then also, I don't know who this guy is. Like, do I want him following a missing key? You know, he's free to do whatever he wants, but I'm like, I don't want to necessarily bring people if they're, you know, not okay. You know what I mean? But I actually thought I might have known him. He almost looked familiar, but he's I think he's younger. But I think he's definitely a younger gentleman. But yeah, they're pretty wild, these emails, guys. Pretty wild. I'm so sorry you guys are hearing me do all kinds of things. I had to go down and take my primal queen. You know I did. I'll be forgetting that. I'd be forgetting that. All right, I'm going to bring you guys up. And I think I will talk to you for a minute while I finish the coloring of my hair I didn't the other day. I added some green in it for festiveness. I think I have something out there with it on there. I really hate that I can't see chat. I would love to be able to engage with you guys and respond. Charging up my other phone, but I don't know if it'll be there. But anyway, guys, these emails. Okay. So this dude. Let me go back upstairs. So I'm not telling this story. Somebody might be. All right. Listening. Okay. All right. I had to put my extra heater on. Hopefully it's not too loud. In the bathroom if it's echoey. So sorry. So sorry. Oh! Bright light. Welcome in, guys. It's SaneOutlaw. I just went live on my phone, guys. And I went to share it, and then I lost, like, all my on-screen features. So, like I said, I'm charging up my other phone so I can maybe see chat, but I don't know if it'll be ready by the time I'm I get off here and get ready, officially get ready for work. But I got up early, so I'm doing some of the things I don't always have time for. And I figured I would multitask. Welcome in, guys. Wow, 14 people. It's early. I shared this in Discord, so hello to any of you that have come over. Hello, hello. I apologize if I can't see you or interact with you. See, I like that green right there. It's almost like it's like a greeny blue, you know, like not really a teal, but almost. But, what was that just popped up? Oh. Ew! Anyway, hopefully it's good in here. The numbers keep fluctuating, so I'm trying to, like, get an idea of when people are in here. So, anyway, so these emails, guys, sir, like, you can't come at me differently. Like, they're raunchy. They're really raunchy. Okay, so this guy leaves, like, he doesn't leave raunchy comments, right? They've been very polite and, like, just like, hey, I followed you. And, you know, he's been making an effort to, like, comment and like everything, which is cool for engagement, right? You know, you always like people. And I actually kind of like the vertical streams, like, when I did that because, like, on Thanksgiving, even though I was on camera, it was cool because, like, new people came through. You know, I had very nice French man. And then I think the other guy was from Detroit, I want to say. I don't want to say, but I remember him talking about that. And then the gentlemen were talking to each other, which was really nice. And they were being very sweet and very nice and complimentary, and respectful. Okay. But they were talking to, like, people from our community. And I'm like, you know, some people are just like this one French man. He lives out, you know, by the sea by himself. And he just connects with people online. He fishes and connects with people online. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I think that's super cool. And even if that brings somebody new to the community or not, you know, but not probably the drama and stuff as much, but, you know, just over here. And it's nice to bring more men as well, you know, because they were having a very positive, like, male conversation with each other. And so I was like, you know, I actually was, I think I was unboxing some stuff from Truth too, right? Was it? So maybe, yeah, I think it was Thanksgiving. But I was unboxing some stuff, or I was talking about it, or whatever. And so obviously we were talking about his social site, but then I told him, like, you guys should go over to Elevated Truth podcast because, like, he doesn't cover drama all the time, you know, and he does other topics, and he does very, like, male and female empowerment type stuff, but also just, like, you know, sometimes men just like to talk about things, and they can come over and have that male perspective. And, you know, Truth has other males in there, you know, that aren't, you know, in other spots on the streets. So, you know, I don't know. Apparently, YouTube for 2025 gave me the title of the connector. So there you go. There you go. It all comes together. It makes sense. But anyway, guys, so I like that part, right? So I guess this is how this gentleman came about. And then, like, I hate to say it this way because I definitely don't feel any type of bad about anybody who has been in jail or has been a criminal or anything like that. I'm definitely not one of those types of people. Right? I hang with, you know, whether I have one or not, I hang with people who do and who have decided to make changes. And I love that. I have zero record. I'm sure people have checked. Sure, that's a big frustration, right? Literally don't even have a traffic ticket. It's fine. It's fine. You can target people that do. But anyway, so let's bring it in, girl. Bring it in. Yeah, so I just thought maybe that was the case, but no. And then I kind of, like, he has, like, 2 shorts, and I looked at it, and I thought he was incarcerated, okay? That's where I'm going with it. I thought he was incarcerated, but, like, not, like, had been before, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, no, I thought he was, like, legit, like, currently incarcerated. So that's where I was like, I don't like that, you know? Like, only because I have kids, you know what I mean? Like, you never know what somebody's up to, what connections they have to the outside. You just don't know, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying he is. He just looked like it. And it's like the room, you know what I mean? That's all. It was just the room. And like both of the things are from the same room, but like different times. And in the one, he has a shaved head. And he didn't have a shaved head before. So that's all. Like, those were the reasons. Okay. Those were the reasons why I thought they were very legit, true crimey type of reasons. But anyway, it wasn't until I had no idea, though, this dude had been emailing me. Because clearly I don't check my email that well. All right? I had no idea. I mean, I do have my email to be contacted. You know, it's just SaneOutlaw Gmail. And that's always an option. I don't mind emails. But I don't often get them from, you know, people on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, most people are like Discord, or they'll message me on X, or even like TikTok now. Gosh, the messages over there. Woo! But anyway. So yeah, I just don't really get them, you know? It'd be cool if like people were like, hey, you wanna go over this case or whatever? I'd be totally fine with whatever. Or hey, did you see this on, you know, Stanky Legs or whatever? Like, but no, these emails, dude, they are raunchy as F. So apparently after he got done watching me, and where I think he's leaving like these innocent comments, you know, just like, I loved it, you know, or cool video or whatever. Like, these are the comments, you know? And like, there's like might be like the not embarrassed, but like the bashful smiley face or something like that, right? Like, not even like a bunch of hearts or, you know, nothing like that, right? So then I had no idea he had been emailing me. So I see the latest email, and I'm like, what the F? And then I go and look at the other emails. And I'm like, oh my God. And I've been like responding back and everything to this dude because I had no idea. Like, just in the comments and stuff. And they're bad, guys. They're bad. Like I said, if he's not from this community, I might just show him in Discord. I might. Knowing that, you know, there's all the spies in there is really the only reason I wouldn't if he's from around here. Because, you know, I'm not trying to embarrass somebody if they're just being an adult. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a problem to message a girl. It's not a problem to message a girl and tell a girl what you think, right? Or a woman, I should say. I'm definitely not a girl. But, like, how do you just come out the gate? Like, I watched your live and I had to change my underwear 3 times. This is what he said. Okay, guys? This is what he said in an email. So, while I am, like, have zero, you know, like, when I'm this busy or this, you know, and it's just this time of year. It is every year. It's just the way it is. From when the boys start school on to, like, spring. Pretty much. Like, you know, I'm going to take some time off during winter break because I have them. So I'll definitely be with you guys for that, for sure. But, you know, it's too crazy during the week. And so, like, you know how and then you have, like, you have 0 Fs, even more, you know, than you already didn't have, or have that happen, or you just have, like, I'm totally coloring my hair, guys, when I'm talking to you, and with my earbuds in, and I'm avoiding them, and that's exactly right around where all my gray is the strongest. It's the strongest. Going for like a punky Grinch. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, but like, how do you just start out like that? How do you just start out messaging someone? So, you know, when I'm just like, you already have 0 Fs and then you have even less. Like, I just read that and I was like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Romance is clearly dead in the world. But anyway, I was just like, dude. And I'm not a prude whatsoever. You know, there's probably easily people who would be down with that for a second. But yeah, no. I'm just like, it's just not the stage of my life. No, thank you. But and then like, dude, I don't know you, and you're gonna F. No, it's bad, guys. Like, no, he watched me live or watched one of my shorts or whatever, and I had to change his underwear 3 times, and then I don't even remember the other one. I totally blanked it out. To be honest with you, I'd have to go look at it. But yeah, they were pretty bad. So I almost shared them as like, guys, you gotta, but I definitely wouldn't have had time for the follow-ups. I didn't want to like drop that bomb. I also did want to know if anybody knows him before I do that, because, you know, like I said, maybe he is just, he just had no idea. Oh, it was something about like, that's how I also thought he was younger, because the other email was about, now I remember, about how he likes older women. He doesn't like them young. It's like too many games or something like that. Mommy. No. Like, seriously? Bro, I got kids. They ain't trying to be nobody's mommy. You better get off. But no, I mean, he's not that young, obviously. He's like in his 30s, something like that. You know, probably young 30s. Okay? Just most likely way too young for me, for sure. So I don't even know what he's thinking, honestly. But besides that, that's definitely not the first time. It's just funny to still get that, I guess. But I don't know. I just was like, dude, seriously, that's how you come out? Like, and how many other like YouTubers, like, seriously, bro, is this what you do? But, you know, nothing was a threat, you know, nothing like that. You know, it wasn't in that kind of situation. Like I said, maybe he's just a dude and he doesn't know how to, whatever, talk to people. And, you know, it's just his approach or something like that. Maybe he's just like raunchy. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean like deserves internet shame. You know what I mean? So I kind of just wanted to assess it a little bit. Because I do, you know, I want people to be able to, like, you know, you want people to be able to send you something and not trust that it's going to be blasted out everywhere. But at the same time, like, this is just ridiculous. I don't know this dude. And, you know, but anyway, long story short, I was slightly reluctant to go live. Slightly. Only because I just had 0, like, tolerance, you know what I mean? And if he came live, you know, whatever, I would probably just block him, but I might mess with him. Okay? That's where I'm getting at. I might mess with him if he said that stuff like live. And I don't always trust myself in that state, if you get what I'm saying. This is how we stay sane, people. This is how we stay sane. You know what I mean? You know your viciousness capability. And you don't succumb to it. Right? You try to be a good person. But I cannot be in cases, you know what I mean, where like I'm just completely disrespected or something like that. Like I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you. But yeah, it was definitely disrespectful in that kind of way. I would definitely say that to comment somebody like that. But it's not like a huge deal, or it's not like it hasn't happened before. It's just the fact that he said that like he had to change his underwear like while he was watching me is pretty like, ugh. You know what I mean? It's not like he's a bad looking dude, anything like that. It's just the fact that, you know, that'll make me like guard talking about missing kids, frankly. Like, I don't know this dude. Like, he apparently likes older women, but so does Dylon, and I'm kind of concerned about his habits, if you know what I mean. Kind of concerned about what list he's on. Concerned, you know, on the creep factor. So, with old and young. So that doesn't always mean anything, you know, and I just, that worries me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Frankly, I'm just worried that he's not a, you know, pedo or something like that. I also don't want him, you know, draw him to any other women from this community. Because I don't know. I haven't gotten any, I don't think I've gotten any more emails since, but I also haven't been live either, so. So there's that. So that's why I was thinking of also just doing the screencast, because it's just me in a little bubble and it can be my avatar. Just for now. Because I did want to go over the case stuff, right? So you don't need me. You need to see the screen, see videos. So that's what I was thinking. And I think, and then if I get any crazy messages doing that stuff, then I'll know. Then I will know, and I will blickety blockety. But I also don't, you know, like I said, I really don't believe in censorship. I just really don't. I never have. I actually wrote papers on it, so I just don't. I believe that each family should censor whatever they should for their own children. I think the parents should be responsible for it. I think they should take responsibility for it. And I think they should choose. You know, everybody's different. I was not censored a whole lot in my exposure to like things as a kid, meaning like movies, you know, stuff like that. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, because I don't know, you know. So you could say, oh, look how I turned out, but I don't know, you know. It was always with my dad, you know. We watched like those old horror movies, B-rated horror movies and stuff like that. Ironically, I think that was more my mom. Like, she would always shield from like sex scenes and stuff like that. But like, I could watch the most craziest violence ever, you know? And I just always thought that was weird. But anyway, even with comments and stuff, like I leave all MK Ultra stuff because I think it's transparency and it's history, like I say. So, but, and that's the thing. I don't know what this guy's about. So I kind of like to, unless I, you know, it's very clear, or unless somebody's, you really want to just ice somebody out, it's kind of better to have them a little closer, you know, to keep an eye out. You can't do that if they're blocked, right? So, can't see what's, you know, kind of anticipate, you know what I'm saying? I've actually done that with stalkers before. Some I have blocked straight away, completely, in every kind of aspect, and others I didn't. And I just let every crazy message come on through. I didn't read them, right? Because that's part of the control. But I did let them come through. Evidence is always good, guys. But no, I hope you're having a great morning. I've been rambling on, telling you all about this. I do want to go over, like I said, this weekend. So I'm thinking Saturday morning. Ooh, and I know I said that before, but, you know, I had the boys, so I have to be completely flexible. And I will always choose them. So if I feel like it's not a good time and they don't want to be off and quiet doing their own thing, then I won't do it, you know? At their age, anytime that they want to just not be independent, shut off somewhere, I 100% encourage that. And I make myself available because, you know, I hang on to it as long as I can. So, but they will be with their dad this weekend, so I can have a little more time. And it'll be nice and quiet in the morning. So I'm thinking Saturday morning. And I think if I don't do the VTuber, like the Streamlabby type of setup, which I really like, but the screencasting on there is not as great. But if I do that, I have to do a lot of preparation basically for it. So I have to clip a lot of things. You know, I have to save a lot of things, and then I can easily add it in after that as a widget. But I still have to do all that prior, which, you know, like I said, if I didn't have a very demanding, person job, I would do that. However, in order to just not delay it so much, I think I'll just do a screencast and we'll just review video. I like the VTuber because it also adds the extra chat widget on the screen. But I will prepare enough to have my other device charged so I can do chat at least. But I would like to just review some things. So if we go over some cases, whatever, or if we go over the footage from Sebastian Rogers and the mob crew's been putting out, like just the footage. I'm not interested in what he has to say. But he has apparently all this raw footage that hasn't gone to LE. I know people on the TikToks were actually pretty interested in it and are hoping to keep the case going. Yes, Gary, I know. Do you hear? Do you hear this, Kiki? Do you hear this, little angel? He loves rubs like a puppy. And he'll like rub his nose all over your hand like he's sniffing you, but he's just like loving on it. Oh, popcorns. Popcorns. That was easy. They think I came over to give him a treat, so before I do that and go into complete chaos, I'll finish what I'm saying. But yeah, so I think I'll do that. But yeah, if we'll go over that, and then if there's any new cases you guys want to talk about or bring awareness to, you guys can let me know then during the chat. We can always bring, you know, that way if I'm screencasting, I just bring it up, you know, we can look at it. And then, oh, there's been so much going on with the poor Rebecca Park case. My goodness. And then there's another missing girl that was being covered last night. So I want to see, like, I think the family was on. But, you know, I was trying to see what, like, the circumstances were. Not like, just kind of like why that particular one was being highlighted. And then, you know, I definitely, that way we can also show any flyers we need to real easily. And then, but then, you know, if we want to switch and then, you know, that gets heavy, whatever, go off of that, then we can also review some trash, you know. Can pull up and, you know, somebody's like, hey, did you hear BJ said, no, I didn't. Well, let's go look at it, you know. So, we all like the receipts over here. We like the receipts on the skreets. It's just the way it is. So, I'm thinking tomorrow morning, if y'all think that's a good idea. And like I said, I know I've been saying it, but if I set it up, it's going to happen. And if I don't have any anything else going on, there shouldn't be a reason to delay it. So don't be worried about, so I don't know, guys. This is what happens. You show a little cleavage and the world goes nuts. I said they aren't ready for it. Okay? I said this. I actually had some dude come through and I did have to block him because he right away, like in the comments, was just like, well, first he said my tatas were ginormous or something like that. And I was like, literally, they're not. Stop it. Because they're not. Sure, it was just the angle, whatever. But and then he started making comment like about how, what he wanted to do to my PUZ. And I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that right now. Like I said, in a if it wasn't like about case stuff or whatever, like I might have like, even played around with, there was another troll too who came through and said I was a whale. So that one seemed a little close to the community. So I was like, you're ridiculous. So I did play with that troll. That was fun. It was like, it was too short-lived though. Couldn't stick around for long, I guess. But yeah, it's just, and it's the stuff you're going to deal with, right? It's just, I guess sometimes, we forget that we're these dark side baddies out here, Sometimes we forget that because we're out here doing justice, right? Swinging our swords, not our tatas. Get out of here. But single or not, you know what I mean? Like, come at me a different way, bro. Like, come on. It's just wild. All right, you ready? Look, I'm literally just pulling out the container where their food and treats are. Okay. Literally just pulling it out. Here we go. Unclip. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're just going to stand. We're just going to stand on our hind legs and we're not going to squeal. Is that what's happening? Oh my goodness. I got to give them their treats. Guys, not their food. I have plenty of food. They need their vitamin C treats. I give them a half twice a day because they beg for treats a lot. So I break it up. Here you go, Kiki. Did you do little tricks? Aww. Let me see if I can get him to purr. Aww. I don't know if you guys can hear my earbuds. They probably cancel out the background noise, but. What's up, Greg? Oh, you're standing up here waiting. Good boy. He takes his and runs. This is funny. It's funny. So I had to separate them, right? But they're in the same room together. So they can still talk to each other and stuff. And see each other. They just can't have the same space. They're just two males. And as Gary got bigger, because he was a little bit smaller, they became territorial. So that's it. It is what it is. But they're cuties. I've thought about getting a female for each of them, but I think they like their own space, frankly. So I'm hoping to be able to put them in the same play area together and stuff like that. But so then it won't be a case of territory, So we'll see. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys for the background noise. I'm trying to clean their stuff as I go too. Really, it's the boys' job. Okay. And they actually do a really good job, especially for their age. You know what I mean? And their first really responsibility, at least with me, with that kind of stuff. So, they have a cat at their dad's. But they actually do a really good job. Like, I just taught them and showed them. Like, I actually showed them all the research, and like they were with me. They listened to everybody. We talked about the pet store. They listened to the person we adopted Greg from. I had them watch the same videos or look at the same stuff, that we looked up. So like it wasn't, because, my 14-year-old can sometimes be a know-it-all, and he's just always been that way. Part of his autism, I have to say, because he does, he's very smart, but, he's just always been a running joke. He knows everything about everything. So it's always even been a thing that he's even questioned me, right? Which is highly ironic, but, so I'm just like, well, you heard it, you heard. So what he may do is he may find a way to justify why this or that shouldn't be done, right? Or done this way or that way. So I made just sure from the beginning. So they actually do a really good job, and they know, like, I'm not just being particular. It's not like, oh, you can get away with this or that. Like, it's important to do this or that. So, but clearly, we have become a family with them, and, I need them to be comfortable with me, right? For when the boys aren't here. Or for whatever, in case there's, they have to go to the vet or anything like that, right? So, and that takes time. And just, they're such interesting social creatures, but they're such a deep evolutionary, prey code built into them, and it's just, anything bigger or above them, like physically over them or anything like that is concerning for them. And they have to know, like, feel like a consistent trust and safety. What? I just put the container away. And it's, I've just picked up little things that are cute, and like they like to play and stuff like that. So look at you. Look at you. You're so cute. And even like Gary's tasted me a couple times. Like he's just been sitting with me and like my arm, and he just was like, ah, and like put his mouth on me. And like I felt his teeth, but it was like real, like gentle, like he was just testing it out. And I was like, no, sir, you cannot taste me. But it's funny. You're super cute. You're just super cute. But, well, guys, it's about that time. I got to actually do the things that I can't do on a phone. Jump in the shower. Officially wake children. Officially make breakfast. All the things. Do it real super fast. So, but I just wanted to hop on because I've been saying I'm going to, and I didn't. And I don't like to be a beach. I like to follow through. And I went on the TikToks to do the unboxing. So, but that's it. I'm going to upload some of that, but we'll do some, look at some cases. And then, if everybody's kind of wanting to catch up on the trauma, we can do that too. So, but yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow morning I'll set it up. I don't have too much. I don't have anything coming from the shop or any new creatures coming for probably at least a few more days. I might have some stuff come this weekend, so I'll be all yours on the tubes. So that's about it, guys. I hope you have a fabulous Friday. You know, I will see you on these skreets. I may not see you today at all until I literally this evening. We'll see. We'll see. I probably won't get much of a break, to be honest with you. When I do, I usually just listen to something super fast. I try to at least, Clue's usually on when I take some kind of break during the day. And I usually at least say hi or give a thumbs up or something. But I probably won't too much, but I might be in the Discordies at least. And then I will set something up for tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, early. Usually nobody's on at that time. But I noticed like there's a lot of you ladies that are up that time and kind of bored, you know, looking to get your day started and just hang out. So I think that's a good time. You know me, I don't care. 3 people, 20 people, whatever it is. You know, if it's the right people, it's a good discussion. So, know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys just listening to me. I haven't been able to interact with chat. But I will tomorrow, I promise. Promise. Phone's charging now, the other one, so I can do chat. I don't know why it just disappeared from the screen. Yeah, is what it is. But yep, we'll look at that. But I appreciate you guys hanging out and listening to me, listening to my story about these weird emails. I just had to tell y'all. I've been keeping it inside. It had to come out. But yeah, I will see you on these skreets, y'all. SaneOutlaw. Peace out. Bye.